Comparison is the thief of joy. This is something that I've seen a lot recently, and I think it's just because we are constantly online and being fed other people's lives through our phones. And that saying is true for the most part. Most of you will hear that saying and instantly go, yep, that's true, because you look at your life and it's probably not very exciting. The average person lives a very mundane, uneventful life. I mean, most people just graduate high school, work a minimum wage job, or they'll go to college. And in the recent job climate, most college degrees just end up fighting for the same jobs that people with no college degrees go for. And all this to say is that just most people won't be the stereotypical successful. Most people won't be rich, most people won't be famous, and most people probably won't achieve what they want in life. So when you're constantly looking at other people's achievements and other people's blown out of proportion, hyped up, just perfectly snipped lives that they choose to post on their Instagram story, you're just going to feel depressed. That's the truth. Everyone is going to look at that and go, man, my life sucks in comparison. And obviously that's a bad thing, but I also want to go to another way you can look at it. Because the truth is, should you really be happy where you are in life? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm depressed about my life, or that, I'm super unhappy with the way I am, man, I wish I was someone else, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. But yeah, of course I want to be more successful than I am. Of course I have goals and aspirations that, I really want to achieve, and it's going to take a lot of work to get there. I'm not content with where I am in life. So when I look at people online and I see them having the life that I want, that motivates me. That doesn't make me depressed. That motivates me to, try harder to achieve my goals. And so I don't get why people are acting like the real monsters that, people are always comparing themselves to other people. No, the monster is that people are comparing themselves to other people and not doing anything about it. When you look at someone with a Lamborghini and you're driving a Honda Civic and you hate driving a Honda Civic, you want to drive a Lamborghini, you should do something about it. Try to do something to where eventually you can get a Lamborghini. Don't sit there and be depressed that you're seeing someone with a Lamborghini and be like, oh, I'm never going to achieve that in my life. That's just a loser mindset. And I think we give that saying, comparison is the thief of joy, way too much power. Because at the end of the day, it is true. You're always going to be able to find someone with a faster car, a hotter girlfriend, a cooler, bigger $20 million house. You're always going to be able to find that if you have access to the internet. But I hate the whole mindset of just being content where you are, and that's supposed to be okay, and that's supposed to be normalized, that you should just be okay with mediocrity. This goes right back into the same, body positivity movement. I don't think you should be, if you truly want to be fat and you truly enjoy it, I don't think you should be ashamed of it, the same way that I don't think you should be ashamed to drive a Honda Civic if that's truly what you want. But if you don't want to be fat, or you don't want to drive a Honda Civic, do something about it. I don't think it's bad to want more. I don't think it's bad to want to better yourself and achieve something or accomplish something that, is a challenge for you, or that isn't just super easy to achieve. It's not hard for some people, the same way that someone might have a trust fund of $1 million and that's how they're going to get their Lamborghini when they're 20. Or the same way that someone might just genetically not carry as much body fat. They might have a faster metabolism. It's going to be harder for some people to get a six-pack. It's going to be harder for some people to get a Lamborghini because everyone is different. So just because it's easier for someone, or someone was handed it a little easier, doesn't mean that you should be okay not having it, because that's still something that you could have. So I'm just really not a big fan of telling everyone it's okay to be mediocre, and it's okay to not be the best version of yourself or want to be the best version of yourself. I don't play competitive sports anymore, but when I played hockey, I moved to a completely different state and lived in a dorm just for my hockey team. So I left all my friends, left my family, left my pets, left my computer, left all these things that I was familiar with and liked and loved for hockey. That was the sacrifice. And when I was there, I still had fun, I still did things. But a majority of the time, I was in my dorm room sleeping because I was so tired, because I would wake up early to stretch before hockey practice to make sure I was in peak condition to try my best during hockey practice. Then after hockey practice, I would go and I would ride the bike until my legs hurt too much to ride the bike. Then I would take a nap. Then I would wake up, go to the gym, and after all of that, only then would I eat and then allow myself to watch Instagram or YouTube until I fell to bed and fell asleep. And that's how I approached it, because I was giving it my everything, and I really, wanted to make sure that after all these sacrifices that, first of all, my parents made to get me there, but second, that I made just to be there, that I was going to get everything out of it. And what you should take from that whole ramble is that your lives are the same thing. Our lives are the same thing. It's just that specific moment was a 6-month period, an 8-month period, or my hockey career was however long, but our lives are 75, 85 years long. That's how much time we have to give it our all. And so you don't have to sacrifice anything to be alive, but your life is going to end. So I don't get why you wouldn't want to be the best version of yourself. My hockey career ended, and at least I can say that I truly gave it my all. And I want to be able to, at the end of my life, say the same thing. So all that just to say, I don't think you should be content where you are in life if you're not where you want to be. I don't think it's wrong of you to want something materialistic, because life is about experiences, and you're going to experience something living in that house, driving that car, wearing the clothes. As stupid as the thing may seem in the grand scheme of things, it's an experience. You're buying the experience of having it. You want the experience of having it. And at the end of your life, it's going to be just a jumbled mess of all the experiences you had. And you're going to remember the best ones. Those are going to be your achievements. So work towards those. Eventually, when you are on your deathbed, you can say you truly gave it your best and you accomplished what you want to accomplish. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I just thought I saw a video that, pissed me off because it said comparison is a thief of joy, be happy where you are in life, and I disagree. I think you should just we already went over this. That's what we've been talking for the past 10 minutes. But yeah, if you liked the video, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know what I can do better. This is my first time doing this, so, I don't really know what the future of this channel is, if I'm just gonna ramble about random topics. Or maybe I'll play Fortnite or something. Who knows? But, yeah. Leave a comment to let me know what you want in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.